see. My big sunnies don't work with my hat, but... Oh, do I have keys? Wait, I don't have keys. The key tango. I don't have keys. Oh, it's nice and bright and cold. It's cold. And cold. It's nice, bright, and cold. Do I have my wallet? Oh, I do have my wallet. I do have my wallet. Alright, first of all, let's put my tripod back on my camera. So hold on, I will be with you guys in 1 sec. So good morning. I am still, woo, well, this cold air blowing out of here. Let's just let the car warm up. I am still trying to figure out the best way to shoot in this camera, video and otherwise. Oh, love you too. We are on our way. Oh, first of all, I'm going to get me some coffee. I was going to make some homemade coffee every morning when I want to make homemade coffee or homemade cappuccino. I just end up having other things to do, so I'll make me one later. It's really cold. Like, oh, it's 19 degrees. It's 19 degrees outside. It's really cold. So we are off to go to one of my brother's rental properties that he's getting ready to put up on the market for rental, because we are going to hash out a little bit more details for my part 1 of my house renovation. Oh, how I wish I could just gut out the whole thing and do it, but when you're doing it and it's your own money and you're not pulling money out of the bank for obvious reasons. So my plan was, which is against everybody else's plan. I guess I go against the grain all the time. But my plan is to do it all and not pull any money like out of the house or anything, because my house will be paid off, or this house will be paid off in 5 years. And so there are just lots to think about. Number one, Maryland is very expensive. And so for what we would want or what I could get, I would have to go like far out, right? Which I honestly don't have a problem with, except for, well, I don't know if I have a problem with it. I guess I just don't want to be out that far. But there are options in the $300,000 range where you can be happy with what you buy. So that is the issue. However, it would make commuting like a complete nightmare. And so I think about stuff like that. I also think about just proximity, like I blog. And so when I blog, I take most of my pictures in the city and not being in the city. And again, my house will be paid off in 5 years. So do I want to go into further debt? You guys know that, I mean, these are just things to think about, especially in your 40s. So I have a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old that will be 16 in 3 weeks, who is my niece, that I've had her since she was 8 months. So she's my daughter. But she'll be 16 in 3 weeks. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, she will be going away to college in 2.5 years. So that's already another like mountain of debt. On top of that, I really want to focus and get a vacation home. So staying in the city, staying in a smaller house, and just kind of tweaking it to where it's livable to what I would like to, live in right now, and knowing that it's going to be a part-time house at some point in the next 10 years is probably the best bet. So I just say all of that to say, just thinking about all of those things. So in your 20s, you know, you can make plans, but you don't want to put yourself in too much real estate debt. So I'm very funny about that. However, we always talked about, just in our family, about having rental properties and stuff like that. And that's always been on my list. So my brother has already started. This is his third property. The first two, I believe he did on his own. And the first two he did on his own. And the third one, he went in with a business partner. So at one point he had 2 projects going on at one time. And I think now he's down to just this one project with his business partners. But even again, you know, just like making plans, and he's in his 30s, so thank God he's learning from all my mistakes. Let me just say, being the oldest and making all of the mistakes, he's definitely learning from my mistakes. But he really, you know, it's just on in your 30s, you just gotta kind of solidly put some things together. If you know in your 20s, you know, where you want to live and kind of are a little bit more in tune. In my 20s, I was wild as shit, so I can't even say, you know, that I was even in that mindset. In my 20s, I thought I would live in New York part-time, thought I would live in Miami part-time, and thought I would live in Baltimore the other third of the time. So, like, I was all over the place, thought I was going to be the next Donna Karen, like, had all these dreams, and I still do, you know, and I do, a lot of the things that I want to do are now coming into fruition. But in my 20s, I was just way too wild. Like, I just did not settle down, and most people don't. I lived in apartments I probably couldn't afford just for area or prestige or whatever, traveled everywhere, which is what you should do in your 20s. But as you turn in 40 and you have kids, or, you know, you usually have your kids in your late 20s and 30s, but things start to become real and you got to make better decisions. Those are the decisions. Maryland is very, very expensive to live in. Anyway, let's go get coffee. Let's go get some. This thing don't heat up the entire house?
Yeah.
But this is heat. You did heat, so you think I should get rid of my radiators?
No, you don't get rid of them. Just keep them. But you don't have to remove anything.
Oh, I hate them damn radiators.
Oh, you hate the radiators?
Yes.
It just depends on how you want to do it.
No, like, I literally hate the fucking radiator. Let me get my coffee. I'm cold. I ain't drink my. Oh wait, I gotta get my other one from outside.
Your other what?
So 7-Eleven has small ones for 50 cents. I'm trying to stop drinking the large ones. So now I get 2 small ones. But wait, do I have my keys in my pocket? Oh, I already have my keys. Let me go get my other one out of my car. There's like so many little fixes that he's got to do in the concrete work. I guess he's going to get to when he gets to it. I'm not sure. Can't leave your coffee in 17 degrees outside. So, like, he should fix like all of these things in the porch, but I guess he's not yet. I'm almost scared to ask.
This, how it needs to sit, and I think I'm gonna just go as high as I did on the other one.
Uh-oh.
Because I don't have a choice really. When I was designing this, I didn't realize that these things, it may need to go a little higher, because this needs to probably be up here, and I remember that next.
What needs to be higher?
This.
Oh.
Here, which now I can't go above it because the plug has to be there.
Okay. He just wants to be fussy this morning. His way or no way. So what's in the basement though?
Oh, the basement sucks.
The basement sucks.
Yeah, ain't nothing down there.
Look at this tile though.
It's all smoked. But there's a lot going on. Everything that I need for this house.
Is this in one piece?
It's in one piece. It comes as a mesh. It's a mesh on the back.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, how is it? Oh, it's a mesh on the back.
Yeah. All your plugs over there, something.
What you mean I gotta build a false
Like
wall?
a partition wall like that one. Built for like this Sunday. So you have to build one of these.
And put what in there?
Or your electrical one, you gotta put your electrical in this.
Okay.
Because that's the only way you're gonna have electrical.
Yeah, my electrical situation shot like
now,
shit.
Here's the thing. Here's the other solution. You don't want to take the 2 inches off your wall. Are you comfortable with the electrical being in the floor? Probably not. Judge it off your face. I don't like it. But those are the options that you have. You either have to build that wall.
We can't lose no more house.
Yeah, you really can't. Well, think about this. Is this too small? Is this too small for you as far as width?
No, this is the width of my house. My house might be a little bit wider than this, just a little bit.
It is, because each one of these has the 2x4s behind it.
Oh. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna make it do what it do, as long as my kitchen is nice.
That's why I'm asking you, because if you do this, it's easier to have your electrical done.
Yeah.
Now, if you do with the 2x4s, I'll do your electrical. But if you don't do it with them 2x4s, I'm not drilling in no concrete holes and doing all that stuff. Not happening.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that type of time. I can come in one day, lay your electrical how you want, you tell me what you need, and then I'll do it.
So, God. Well, then I guess we're going to change the electrical. My electrical needs to be changed out. Like, you talking about like the floor that runs around my baseboards and stuff.
Like all those
all my cords are on the floor.
Yeah, so you pick. Well, think of it this way: if you're going to redo the first floor, you're going to need every bit of to do what you want to do with that kitchen and everything. You're talking at least 15.
Yeah, that's probably what my budget is.
You're talking, yeah.
So hopefully this is not too blurry. Let me see if it gives me any light if I open this up. Not that much. All right, so I feel really good about the choices that we have made. So of course, as with anything, I have to make provisions for some of the design and stuff that I want, but I am getting so one of the things that I had to do, which of course we didn't see, but we talked about. Oh, it's so dark. I don't think that you guys can really even see me. It's so dark. Sorry. This sun is not friendly today. Yeah, it's dark. Maybe we'll have this conversation a little later. But I do want to say, well, I guess I don't want to say, because you can't see me. Oh, there we go. This is a little better. One of the provisions, or one of the things that I wanted, which people are going to be like, or not, you might not even just understand, but I have to have the perfect cooking situation for me. Like, I just have to. I'm a very entertaining person. I usually have people over and would have more people over if my house was more intact. So, one of the things that I am going to do is I still wanted, so I went back and took off the countertop stove. So I'm not doing the countertop stove. The part of the conversation that I'm probably going to edit that you won't hear because it's very long was the loss of cabinet space. So I am giving up a lot of cabinet space to get what I want done, and that is the biggest thing. So his thing is, how will you how are you going to deal with the loss of, oh, this lens is really dirty. Sorry, guys. This lens is, ooh, all the dust in that house really messed with the lens a little bit. How are you going to deal with that? And I'm like, I'm willing to deal with that. So we are opening up the basement. We are now doing, we're opening up the basement. I am moving my sink back in the middle aisle, which is what most people do, but initially I wanted my stove there. I am moving the bathroom from out of my living, so I have a bathroom at the bottom of my steps in my living room. So we're moving that to a more convenient space in the living room, and we're moving the walkway. So to go from my bathroom, to go from my kitchen to my dining room. This is my grandmother. I'm coming. I'm getting ready to pull up my...
Oh, in front of the door?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm coming out.
Okay.
All right.
She's ready for church. I should be going to church. So I am pulling my, we're moving the way that you walk from the kitchen into the dining room, which is going to feel a little weird. And just like little things. So I'm losing counter space, and cabinet space, and I'm just trying to figure that out about doing that. But I also got my little kitchen thing downstairs in my basement. So part of the reason why I wanted to do the kitchen down in the basement is because if you're in your basement and you kind of want to whip something up or do something, I just kind of like being in a communal space. So it's not going to be a really big thing. But my brother, who does not understand it, which I get it, but I like having kind of two quote unquote kitchens in my basement. So let's say I decide I want to bake or do something. I kind of want that space, or my filming space. You know, and I think that he understands that now, because his thing was, oh, well, with the blogging and all of that stuff, like, I really want that little space to be like my little space, and then everything else is my home. So if that makes sense, I did not want to put those two things together. So that is where we are with that. And it took me a minute to get him, or maybe it took him some thinking to even understand that that is what I wanted in order to get that done. Look at her hat.
Nice out here.
It's nice. It's 23 degrees.
Ooh.
Hi.
It's your son did not want to come.
What are you doing? You going to church?
No, I thought we were going to the Dominican.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to the Dominicans right now. Grandma said you was going to church with her.
No, I didn't.
You did. You said I should go with you.
Oh, that's why I said I was going along with her. That's what I said.
Oh, I'm glad you decided you was going to the Dominicans right now. There she goes. You ready? Look who we got out the house. Oh, he didn't want to come out the house, but we are going into Big Lots and the grocery store and Home Depot. Pop the trunk. The box is right here. The box that I handed you when we got in the car. So we're going to take that back. We are going to get a light bulbs to fit our just ceiling fan. And we are going to look at the stove and the refrigerator to get measurements. And I have to buy come on. And I have to buy a tile for the kitchen backdrop to see if I like it. The last time, record the colors. Oh, it might be over here. Oh, you can't move these. Let me see. Yes, very expensive, but it's got the touch feature here.
Sweet.
And so the thing is to figure out the width. So we are looking at is 30. This one's 30. He said it would be 30. So the one I was looking at, which I'm clearly not getting
That's for me.
now, is 36 inches.
Look at the reflection.
It's freaking $2,000.
Oh, it looks like it got air vent in there.
Yeah. take a picture of this.
Ooh, doom. Heard that doom.
Who's like the picture?
Doom.
Can you just get me looking at?
Look at the microwave. Look at the microwave. That's a big microwave.
Can you turn it towards? You having one? It's the most ridiculous watch I've ever seen in my life, but okay. Go get your sweater. Put a sweater on while you're leaving out. Yeah, go get your polo sweater, the green and blue one. Yes. While you screaming my name like we outside. Yes. So I have a fundraising party to go to tonight. And I'm thinking about doing this black dress with the sequin sleeves and my over-the-knee black boots.
You gotta go like this.
You gotta do the dance. You gotta move your leg.
You gotta go like this.
Where you get them jeans you got on?
These are what you got from H&M.
Yeah, they look
Mom, do
something.
it. Wait, hold up.
Wait.
Okay.
We gotta teach Grandma how to do it now.
Grandma had her leg kicked up earlier today. Uh-huh. Y'all keep on trying to get Grandma to dance. So, I've made two decisions. This is my downstairs floor tile. And this is not my kitchen backsplash. I did find a white tile for my kitchen backsplash. But this is a wall. So I'm doing one whole wall where the fireplace and TV are going on. So they're going to have to figure out, I guess, how to build around. Once they do the electrical part, I guess they'll build around this. But this is the wall. I just keep adding more and more expensive pieces into this redesign. So my stove is going to take, like, I'm not getting my stove initially because my stove is very expensive. It is $2,000. So your girl will be working her butt off to get her appliances. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that I'm not getting it initially. It is not in the initial budget. So that is not in the base budget that we're going to get. So I'm going to do my wall and I'm going to get that flooring through the floor. So this was the other option, which is lighter. But I'm going to go with the darker wood, even though, I'm going to go with the darker one. I'm going to go with the darker one, which is, it's called Vintage. Can you see it without it being so? Yeah, this is a really great. So it's like a cross between a gray and a brown. And when you think about like accent pieces and stuff that you add to your home, this will be a very neutral color. But it's called Vintage Pewter Oak. So yeah, we're going to do this. That is my flooring. And those are all of the decisions that I've made. My what's the name is still very, like I said, my stove is very expensive. And my stove is very expensive, and so is my refrigerator, apparently. It's like everything is on inflation. But I think I'm going to go with this dress for tonight. I might put on some black tights. If I don't feel like doing the over-the-knee boots, and I'm going to put on my black tights and these that I have not worn in a really long time. These here. Because I don't want to wear pants. So that is going to be my look for this fundraiser tonight. And then, alright, so I'm going to get the kids out and I'm going to clean a little bit, do my hair, and get ready for the night. I got to figure out my palette. I'm going to use my Naked Heat palette tonight for, I got the Naked Heat palette for Christmas. One of my friends bought me the Naked Heat palette for Christmas. So, even though I'm doing... Oh, I'm doing a black. I don't know if I'm going to do... Let me see. If I'm going to do a dark smoky eye. I have to see. No, I'm not going to use the heat palette. If I was wearing something a little bit more neutral, I would. Because I should... Or I should do the makeup and find an outfit around the makeup. But I don't even feel like doing all of that. Nope, I was decisive enough about the dress. And that's where we're going to stick. So I'm going to do the dress. So I've not vlogged for a few hours. I am putting on my makeup. I'm getting dressed to... trying to find something on YouTube. I did my hair, which came out really good. But I don't have any camera batteries. Like, forgot to charge. So... I'm going to see what miracles I can make happen in 30 minutes. So I don't know what this vlog is going to look like. Why am I on a Nickelodeon channel? Anyway, I got to go pick up the boy. Finish my makeup and get dressed. So this is my finished, ready for the night look. I think I got it.
You alright? Wear it in the summer and in the spring.
So...
that's a stupid thing to say, you can wear anything.
you can't really see my outfit. I'm so sorry. But it's really dark all of a sudden. Oh, that light bulb up there went out. One of my light bulbs went out. But you really can't see. So I have on some layering necklaces. I have on rose gold. Don't mind, all of this is my sweaters. But I have on a rose gold layering necklace. I'll show it to you better. Let me see. So I have on a rose gold layering necklace. And yeah, this crossbody's not going to work with this jewelry. And one of my long lariat necklaces. So this is two of my pieces. The room is a shambles. I have on these pants that are too big, but I broke up the pattern with the turtleneck with this white belt. Don't mind the shoes. My shoes are here. So I'm going to wear these. So I'm going to take those with me and put them in a car. So yeah, all of a sudden it got really dark in here. But so yeah, so I have on this belt and my two layering necklaces. This is $5. This one's $5. My earrings are $5. My rings are $5. So I have $25 worth of jewelry on. And a $25 $30 lip gloss. Where's my other shoe though? Alright, we're going to get out of here. We got to go get Juwan and then we are headed to the party. I had to dump the memory off of the camera so I could record vlogging life. And I'm going to have to grab a battery because this one only has 30% left. Alright, so we are on our way to get Juwan, who is, he's only like 4 miles from the house, but because it's nighttime, me and this car and this extra shadow. So we are on our way. Can you tell the person in front of me has their brake lights on? Oh my God. Look who's in the car with mommy! Did you have fun? I asked him it already. I think you look like me tonight. Alright, so we are downtown. What street is this? Oh, that's Charles. I'm tripping. I'm acting like I don't know where I am. Alright. I'm going to Belvedere. Good night. See you tomorrow. Bye. Goodbye.